The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in
Good morning,
listen-only
everyone. Can
mode.
people hear me? Good morning, people. Can anyone hear me right now? Okay, good audio. Thank you, Lee. Okay, we're going to start the briefing for this event. Looking ahead to the next week, we're just going to show briefly here the radar going on right now. Very little. We haven't really seen anything in the obs reaching the ground here. Just maybe a few light flurries, mainly across the Piedmont, especially southern Piedmont areas into maybe interior northeast North Carolina. But we're not looking at any accumulation with that for today. So pretty minimal event for today, just cold. As we go through the weekend, you can see today this looks a little worse than what is reality. Just maybe a few flurries through the early afternoon. Otherwise, cold today. Low pressure moves south of the area, and a weak high pressure comes over us tomorrow. And then the main event that really for the next week of any winter precipitation looks to arrive late Saturday night, but really early Sunday morning, primarily between about 3 a.m. and about noon or so on Sunday. It becomes windy. You can see there's a very strong high pressure system behind this. So we do have snow accumulation possible across northeastern portions of the area, especially the northern neck to the Maryland eastern shore, with limited chances the further south you go. But what all areas will see is it will become windy Sunday afternoon and very cold into Monday morning. And then high pressure builds over us Tuesday and then slides offshore with warmer temperatures expected later in the week. So for today, this is just just a dusting possible, if that's even probably pretty generous as far as amounts of precip. Probably most areas will see nothing today other than flurries, if that. So this is the travel impacts of a minor impact chances as we go into the Sunday system. You can see pretty low across most of Virginia from I-64 and points south. It's much more focused as you go north of Richmond, especially northeast and up towards northern Virginia and over to the Maryland eastern shore. That's where we have a higher confidence of seeing some snow Sunday morning in particular before ending Sunday afternoon. So here's our current forecast for snow amounts. You can see light snow accumulation, 1 to 2 inches possible is the current forecast across portions of Maryland eastern shore, northwest of Salisbury. Only an inch or less pretty much everywhere else, with the lowest chances being across to the south and west of Richmond. There is some uncertainty, though, as we will look at this. This is a worst case potential for the Sunday event. You can see, one out of 10 of the kind of simulations of what's going to happen shows potential for 3 to 4 inches of snow as you get into the Maryland eastern shore in particular, but also even the northern neck from Caroline County over to the northern neck. A 1 in 10 chance of seeing 2 to 3 inches of snow. The probabilities for 1 inch of snow, you can see north of Richmond, it's really where it focuses, and especially to the northeast. See, at Richmond, it's less than 20% and almost literally no chance for 1 inch of snow as you go further south across Virginia and in northeast North Carolina. And 2 inches of snow, the amounts are less, the chances are less, but you do have about a 50% chance up into Dorchester County, Maryland. So you can see there's a tight gradient there. Just looking at the tables, this is primarily focusing on the Sunday event. You can see the precip chances increase after midnight, going into probably peaking in the morning hours on Sunday. You can see the P-types. You can see starting off, maybe as a rain, snow, most areas, rain to the south, and then changing over to mainly snow as you get towards the later part of the event, late in the morning into the afternoon. You can see the temperatures. See, generally pretty marginal as we have most of the precip coming with this. Temperatures in areas with snow falling to around freezing or so, and then getting the bigger impact though for a lot of areas will be the colder temperatures coming in Sunday night. You can see on pretty much all areas getting, as we go into Monday morning, getting down into the teens to lower 20s, even at the coast and the southeast. And our min wind chills, this would primarily be occurring later Sunday night through Monday morning. You can see pretty much the same across much of the area. So areas along the coast where temperatures won't be quite as cold, but the wind will be stronger. We're looking at single-digit wind chills likely as we get into early Monday morning time frame. Some areas in the Piedmont, locally could be getting close to zero, but the better chance for below zero wind chills will be west of us in the mountains. But either way, we will likely have to have a cold weather advisory out to cover this for that period. That would be likely issued not until tomorrow or into Sunday morning, because this is mostly looking at later Monday, later Sunday into Monday. You can see this is the wind gust forecast. You can see, not real windy when the snow comes in, but then as you get later in the event into Sunday, you can see the winds increasing from the northwest as that much colder air comes in and high pressure builds in, and kind of peaking late Sunday into early Monday. So you can see some gusts of 40 miles per hour potentially along the coast and across the eastern shore as we go into Monday morning. Maximum temperature forecast, minimum temperature. So we're going to turn milder tomorrow into the 40s and 50s most areas. Sunday, these highs, a lot of them will be earlier in the day and then dropping through the day. And you see Monday, temperatures not really getting out of the 30s everywhere. If there's snow across the Maryland shore, it could even be colder than that. It could be struggling to even get up to 32. The min temperature forecast, you can see these Sunday ones are really not Sunday morning. That's looking at Sunday as we go into Monday. So that's why the Sunday and the Monday look the same. And the precip chances you can see peaking on Sunday. And then after that, pretty dry really through most of the week as we get a warming trend. The next chance for precip would be late in the week on Thursday, but we're looking at that would be a rain event as we warm up considerably by then. Take a little break from winter. You can see the 8 to 14 day outlook as we sort of head closer to Christmas, to the end of next week and beyond. Towards Christmas, you can see almost most of the nation showing high probabilities for above normal temperatures. Would be a pretty big switch from what we've been seeing so far this December, and that includes our area. The only places would be across the far northern tier of the U.S. where it may stay cold compared to normal. But for us, we should be seeing much warmer temperatures, and right now looking like generally fairly dry as well in the extended too. So generally a break from what the more active pattern we've seen. Just looking at, with that stronger wind coming in later Sunday into Monday, we do have a high probability of gale conditions across the marine area, even as well as not just the ocean, but the bay as well. You can see that the risk time mostly Sunday night, and then diminishing as we get Monday, and then high pressure comes in and we'll have lighter winds as we get into the middle of next week. Again, just like in the marine, you can see these wind gusts over 40 are predicted, max wind gusts. So, highlighting especially Sunday afternoon through Sunday night and early Monday. So gales are likely. Just kind of the same table there showing the sustained winds getting maybe even close to sustained gales in a few places Sunday evening as the colder air is rushing in. The offshore direction, not excessive wave heights, but you do see later Sunday into Monday, we're talking about wave heights 5 to 8, 9 feet or so offshore. And you can see the occasional wave height getting up, maybe up to above 10 feet offshore, and as high as 8 feet in the bay for that period Sunday night. That's all we have right now. Again, the primary concern really today is looking pretty minimal. It's really going to be the Sunday event for snow, mainly to the north of I-64, particularly the eastern shore, and then the wind and the wind chills everywhere as we go into Monday. Sunday night, Monday, but really not looking at too busy after that. It looks like we do dry out and warm up considerably. We'll see the warmest we've seen for the month as we get by to the late portion of next week. So that's all I have. I'll take any questions. Let me know. Thank you.